Getting back to the bulletin now, a petition was filed in the Nugegoda District Court today seeking an enjoining order against the United National Party Working Committee, preventing it from amending the party constitution without the approval of the National Executive Committee. Now, the petition was filed by the opposition leader of the Devinwara Pradesh Sabha, Tushara Vijaysurya.
The petition points out that the National Executive Committee consists of over 800 people and hence the party constitution cannot be amended without its approval. The petition notes that if the UMP constitution is to be amended, it should be done through the National Executive Committee. The petition further notes that the National Executive Committee has not been convened for the past 2 years. Taking into consideration the facts presented, Nugegoda District Judge Namal Balala said that an order will be given with regard to the petition on the 29th of this month.
Former Deputy Minister Vincent Dias says that it is the senior leaders of the United National Party who built up the party. Now, he points out that the current leader, Ranil Wickremesinghe, is attempting to prevent these leaders from participating in the United National Party annual convention.
A media briefing was convened yesterday by the joint opposition which was established under the leadership of Ranil Wickremesinghe. It was stated during the briefing that the former leaders of the UMP are a group of retired individuals using walking sticks. However, the senior leaders of the UMP say that it is no secret to those who remember the party's history that it was the former ministers, deputy ministers and parliamentarians of the UMP who continuously brought victory to the party. Former Deputy Minister Vincent Dias points out that it is not surprising that the current leader, who has a track record of continuous losses, dislikes such senior UMP leaders.
The
latest program of the party leader was to get hold of several individuals who have nowhere to go and establish a joint opposition. I would like to ask Ranil Wickremesinghe whether he has nowhere else to go. It is we who gave life to this party. It is seniors like us who secured over 4.7 million votes for this party. For the sake of the United Nationalist Party and in the name of the former leaders of the UNP, please get out of the Sirigota together with your henchmen in the working committee without lying and insulting the party seniors.
Meanwhile, a group of UMP activists engaged in rituals at the Bhadrakali Amman Devala in Chilao this afternoon, requesting a new leadership for the United National Party.
Ranil Wickremesinghe මහතා අවුරුදු 6කට තමන්ගේ බලය රැකගන්න ඔට්ටු වෙන වෑයම පරාජය කිරීම සඳහා කාලි මෑණියන් ඉදිරියේ අපි දිවුරා පොරොන්දු වෙන්න ඕනේ. ඔව්ව ඉවත් කරලා නව නායකත්වයක් ඉදිරියේ අපිට ඉදිරියේදී අපේ ආණ්ඩුවක් හැදීමට ගන්න.
Well, 3 bodies have been found inside a house in Armour Street, Colombo. The police said that the bodies are that of an infant around 2.5 years old, a woman and another person. The police suspect that the victims may have died around 3 days ago. The police have launched investigations into the incident. And it's time now for Action TV.
A decaying symbol in the middle of the Bolgoda Lagoon serves as a constant reminder to people who commute across it from Kapola in Kasbaba to Idighatotupala in Panadura. These people who have constantly been promised a bridge across the Bolgoda lake travel across it using this raft. This float, which was built by the Land Reclamation and Development Corporation, was intended to be a replacement to this raft. This float was reportedly constructed at a cost of 5 million rupees. Meanwhile, it can be ascertained that a further sum of money was spent on the function held to vest it in the public. The invitation prepared for this function serves as proof of this. The float, which is based on a vehicle which usually transports heavy vehicles such as JCB machines, was due to travel between the 2 ports with the aid of a cable. The float commenced operations on the day of the first anniversary of the President's accession to office. This is how the area residents described the event that took place that day.
This is one of the great services rendered by the President. The minister came here that day, gave a speech and took about 50 people on the float onto the other side. However, the float never came back.
Since the float failed to function properly on its maiden voyage, the officials neglected the float despite spending a large amount of public funds on it. Nearly 5 more anniversaries of the President's accession to office came to pass before the officials of the Land Reclamation and Development Corporation showed any interest in the float. The officials who came to the location on Friday also came with equipment to dismantle the float and transport it by land.
They have begun to show an interest about this after Action TV's revelation. Although 5 million was spent on it, we did not get to use it. 6 years have passed and the only thing that has happened is that the float has become dilapidated.
The float, which was brought to the location by water during the first anniversary, was eventually taken away by land soon after the 7th anniversary. However, this invitation is not the only reminder that these people have of this costly float. Here is the pole which was used to get the float from one port to the other. Despite 7 years having lapsed, the people's need, which is a bridge, is yet to be fulfilled.
Make your choice now.
A frog will swim whether it is put in a basin, a lake or a river. For a frog who can swim, it's all the same. Frogs are now swimming in the tanks that we built. My son is already teasing me that I have lost weight because I am about to lose my post.
Vote now for your favorite cut of the day. Log on to www.newsfirst.lk or SMS to BEST space your choice and send it to 7788. For the best cut of the day, watch News First on Sirius TV at 10 tonight.
A walk was organized yesterday under the theme End to Violence Against Women and Children. Several politicians and artists also participated in the walk.
The walk was organized by the Forum Against Gender-Based Violence. Youngsters representing 16 districts in the island participated in the walk.
Regarding women violence.
One of 3 women in the world are subject to some form of violence, either physical, mental or sexual. This is a reminder that we are rising up to create a program that will completely eradicate violence against women. It is appropriate to dedicate not just a single day to eradicate violence against women, but to dedicate all 365 days of the year to ensure the freedom and respect for women.
The United Nations Declaration on the Elimination of Violence Against Women defines the term violence against women as any act, gender-based violence, that results in or is likely to result in physical, sexual or psychological harm or suffering to women, including threats of such acts, coercion or arbitrary deprivations of liberty, whether occurring in public or in private life. According to statistics revealed by the Sri Lanka Police, 4 women or children are raped every day in Sri Lanka and 3 of them are below the age of 18. In addition, 6 women or children are subjected to sexual harassment every day. In addition, another 6 women are assaulted every day. These figures are as shocking as they are, could be described as only the tip of the iceberg, as there is no systematic mechanism for data collection in relation to the prevalence, causes and consequences of violence against women and children. In addition, there are no statistics available with regard to intimate partner violence. According to the Forum Against Gender-Based Violence, there is a high incidence of intimate partner violence based on records of complaints to women's organizations assisting women affected by domestic violence, police statistics and newspaper reports. However, the reassuring factor is that due cognizance is being given to the enormity and seriousness of the issue, and both the government and civil society organizations have set in motion many initiatives aimed at combating gender-based violence.
In other local news now, the Navy has arrested 100 persons who were attempting to illegally travel to Australia. Navy spokesperson Commander Kosala Varnakulasuriya said that the group was arrested in the southern seas 15 nautical miles off Tondra Head. The group was handed over to the Navy camp in Galle last night.
The Navy media spokesperson said that the group of illegal immigrants had in turn been handed over to the Criminal Investigations Department. He said that 6 children and 8 women were among those arrested. Navy media spokesperson Kosala Varnakulasuriya said that close to 3,000 people have been taken into custody recently for attempting to illegally travel to Australia. Meanwhile, Australian media reported that 6,192 Sri Lankan migrants have arrived in Australia illegally. 511 of them have been sent back to Sri Lanka. It's time now for the newspaper cartoon of the day.